Good morning, friends. So this is my garage management project system project in Salesforce. So first, as we log into the Salesforce, this is an introduction. And first, we create the customer details object. We will go to the setup, click on Object Manager, and here, as you log in, this is how we log into the Salesforce platform. So this is the interface. As we click onto the Object Manager platform, this is how we create the details object, and we create the appointment object. This is as you search for the appointment. This displays the appointment object. These are the details for the appointment object. Likewise, we create the service record object with the same procedure, clicking on Object Manager and searching for the service record object. This in the same way we create the billing details and feedback object. The next, as we minimize this and go on to the tabs, we create a custom tab with the customer details. As we go on to the setup page, type tab in quick find bar. The quick find bar, as we type TAB. Yeah, here it is. This open brings back us to the custom tabs we have made. Here we have created the appointment, billing details and feedback, customer details and service records tabs. Then we create all the remaining tabs as I mentioned the above. To create the lighting app, this is the lightning app where we go on to the setup page, app manager. In the quick find box we set app manager. This creates a new lightning app. As we minimize this and move on to the fields we create, this brings us back to the creation of fields for the customer details object. To create fields, first we go on the setup, object manager and type customer management. Object manager and customer. This is the customer details. As we go on to the fields and relationships, this shows us the fields and relationships of the customer details. Likewise, we create the of lookup fields, checkbox fields, creation of date fields, likely the creation of currency fields. These are all the currency fields. The creation of text fields, the creation of pick list fields. These are the data types which will be keep changing on every step. Creating formula field in service record objects and minimizing the field section. As we move on to the validation rule, first we create a validation tool to appointment object. This is how we do it. Then we create a validation rule to a billing details and feedback object. Minimizing it and moving to the duplicate rule, we create a matching rule to an customer details object. Likewise, we create a duplicate tool to one customer detail object. This is how we create a duplicate to it. As we minimize the duplicate tool and move to the profiles, we manage. First, we create a new profile with the name manager profile. This is how we do it. Then we move on to the salesperson profile the same way, minimizing the profile section and moving to the rules and hierarchies, creating manager rules in the role section. Likewise, creating another rules for the manager. This is how we add roles for the manager section. Minimizing the role and role hierarchy. Moving to the user sections, we create users with the name Nicholas, Miklas, Michelson, giving an alias name, email ID, username, nickname, role, user license and profile. We create another more 3 users likely, and we closing to the users and moving to the public groups, creating new public groups. After creating the new public rules, we move on to the sharing settings. After creating sharing settings, this is how we do it with the label sharing settings. Minimizing this and moving on to the flows. First we create a flow. This is how we create a flow, adding elements, and this is our final flow. And moving to another flow. Go to setups. We'll type flow in quick file box. Click on the flow and set the new flow. We create another flow. Moving on to the Apex triggers, Apex handler. This is the before trigger. There are 2 types of Apex triggers basically, before trigger and after trigger. These are the codes. This is the use case of the trigger handlers. We can directly copy and paste this. Moving on to the report section, we create a report folder with the name garage management folder. Then we share the same report folder in the reports tab. After sharing the report, we create report type. These are the report types. We add relationships to it. Then we finally create report. This is how it looks. This brings us to a line chart as the output. You can see this. After creating reports, we move on to the dashboard section. We create the dashboard folder with the service rating name as the folder name. Following the steps, then we create dashboard with the name customer review and add components to it, which brings us back to the line chart. This is how it appears as the final output. And in the end, we create labels. Creating a card search for garage management folder, click on the consumer details tab, click on new details and configure it. This brings us back the completion of project, and this is how it finally looks. As we type reports in the app launcher, and go for reports, it brings us back to the report name new service information report, and this is how my report appears. 27,000 payments paid totally, and the dashboard with the dashboard name as customer review. And this is how my dashboard appears with a line chart rating for service and payment status pending to completed. Thank you.